What is up, watch friends? Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. Today, we are going to be talking about the Rolex Submariner 124060 and the OP 41mm 124300. We're going to talk about which watch really is the best everyday watch. So let's roll the intro and we'll get into it.
You're watching Timepieces with Tony. Talking Timepieces with Tony. You're watching Talking Timepieces with Tony. Yeah.
All right, so these two watches, okay, both of these are 2022 current reference models. Let's get some of the similarities out of the way. Both watches do have a 3230 in-house caliber Rolex movement. Both watches have Oyster bracelet, pretty much identical. Both watches have 70-hour power reserve. So there's definitely similarities, right? And again, out of the two, what's the best everyday watch? So let's start with the sub. Again, they, 70-hour power reserve. We have a Cerachrome bezel insert for, it's a dive watch. This is a full-on sport watch. But the thing is, you can take this diving, obviously. Go to the beach, hang out, go to the mountains, do whatever you want to do with it, and it works. And then if you have to go to a fancy dress party later on, this watch still cuts it. All right. So it's a more versatile watch than you might think. It is a great everyday watch. I mean, I wore it every day for quite some time. I still put it on every day. I don't wear it out every day. But the beautiful thing is, it's just a gorgeous watch. One of the differences with the bracelet is you have a clam style sort of, I don't know what you call it, clam, but it's a pull up on this little piece here and here. All right. So it's a little bit safer on the wrist, although the OP is not going to fall off your wrist either. You do have an easy glide system as well, which you can just micro adjust this thing. So if your wrist swells up or shrinks, it's super easy to adjust on the fly if you need to. On the wrist, it's 41 millimeters. It wears more like a 40, but again, it's 41 millimeters. I don't have the calipers to measure it. I just don't, some people are really, well, no, it's 40.3 centimeters and whatever, and they get all into that. Just a super versatile watch. Again, you can wear it anywhere and it works. And I said they both have 70-hour power reserves, same thing. Let's get the OP out here and check this. Okay. So this just has a deployment buckle. And that's it, which is not a bad thing, but there's no micro adjustment, like the sub. But it does have a micro adjustment. It just doesn't have the easy glide where you can slide that bracelet up and down. So when I first got this, we had it sized. We took a link out, and then it was sized to the tightest, in the micro thing. But you need a tool, which I have, and it's pretty easy to adjust. But then I decided it was still too loose, so I took another link out of it, and then it was a little too tight. So I did take it in, simply because I don't want to, knowing my luck right now, it's like if I use that pin to take that pin out, it would fly out and I would lose it forever. And I just didn't want to do that. So just so happens when I went into Bindi, I just had him change it. So this is a 41 millimeter as well. And it wears more like a 40, 39 and a half maybe. You have baton markers all the way around, double baton on the 3, 6, and 9. All of the indices, the crown, and the hands are 18 karat white gold. They do that for tarnishing purposes, so it won't tarnish. Some companies just rhodium plate the hands, and that works too. The bezel, domed, polished, great everyday watch. Put them back, both back on again, and I love the sub though, man, right? So, and again, a little bit different, but they also have the Mercedes style hands, 18 karat white gold indices, as well as the Chromolite. They both have the Chromolite lume, which is really good. It's awesome. Love the color of it, and it lasts all night, you know. So having said that, as far as which watch is the best every day wear, I have to go with the OP. I think the OP is just really versatile. You can wear this to the beach. Now, keep in mind, this has 300 meters, 1,000 feet water resistance. This has 100 meters water resistance, 330 feet. It doesn't matter, you know, people, oh, it has 1,000 feet. You tell me you're going down 1,000 feet. I don't think so. You go swimming in this watch, you're fine. You go swimming in this watch, you're fine. You know, if you're going to go scuba diving, you're not going to most likely wear your sub anyway. You know what I mean? What do they call it? Desk divers. So, I mean, whatever. But overall, I think the aesthetic for this watch is just beautiful. It's classy. It's they're iconic. They're both iconic. This is the most iconic dive watch out there, bar none. And this is Rolex iconic Oyster Perpetual, you know? So you've got two iconic watches, really. And I mean, I don't know. You tell me what you think. And granted, if you're an Omega fan or whatever, and you start going, well, fucking Rolex sucks and Omega rules, and that's the, fair enough. We're not comparing apples to oranges. We're really essentially comparing apples to apples here. You know what I mean? So I think the OP works well in the casual environment. I think it works well if you were at the beach, going hiking, whatever you want, you know, whatever you're doing. I think the OP is just a much better everyday watch than your Submariner. Love them both, but you know, and they're both super comfortable on the wrist. So having said that, I appreciate everyone who likes, subscribes to my channel. I always say that. I do have an Instagram account, which I never, ever, hardly ever mention because I always forget, which would be Talking Timepieces with Tony. So I appreciate it, you guys, and have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next one.